Hey, everybody. So, hope everyone's doing well on this Friday. Not sure if I'll get anybody in here today, which is fine. It was kind of on a whim, and I know usually I like to um, let you all know ahead of time that I'm going to go live. I don't really have an agenda today. I guess that's not really true, um, but didn't really have an agenda going into the day and kind of came about as I was thinking throughout the day and kind of getting some work done and talking with people and everything like that. So I thought I'd pop on here for a few minutes and just kind of check in, see everyone's doing and uh, and whatnot. Hey, Sandy, what's going on? Where two or more are gathered? Yeah. You know, two two wonderful people here. Mainly you over me, but appreciate you, Sandy. Really appreciate everything that you do, not just for me, but for everybody. So thanks for stopping in. Um, Wanted to kind of give some updates on things that are going on and um, in the Twitter world and the hobby world and whatnot. Um, Nothing bad. It's all good stuff. It's all good. Um, but really just trying to collect my thoughts on how to go about all this. I mean, there's so much going on, um, and I'm trying to bring it all in and take it all in and compose it into a few different things, I guess. But um, this week has just been absolutely nuts for me from a hobby perspective. I don't think it's any secret. Ben is on this crusade to get me to 10,000 followers, and honestly, I don't know where that came from. It caught me by surprise the first day he put it out there, and I think he's serious about halting threads and whatnot. I hope not, because I mean that's a lot. That's a lot more people that need to follow me, and I am appreciative of it. And I was talking to him about it yesterday and told him that it's all about how we cultivate people. I cultivate people daily on my job, and I've taken that uh, into this hobby too. I want to cultivate a good group of individuals who are pushing towards the same cause, and that cause is positivity and value and feeling a part of a community. And I think that we have done a really, really great job with it. Um, so that's one thing. And there's just so many people to think about that. The other thing that two things actually that came out this week, and they're similar, just two different people. Um, and actually, I just got an email about one of them. I've been approached by two separate entities um, to write articles about what we're doing with Rack of the Day and with Ripping for the Cure, which I'm excited about. I am just blown away because I never anticipated any of this. It was always a goal to have that type of recognition, and whatnot, but it wasn't something that I was actively seeking. And I just can't thank this hobby community enough for really putting those things on your shoulders and pushing them forward and making them more visible, because really it is a community effort. It has nothing to do with one single solitary person. So pretty excited about the opportunities that could come out of those things. But I was just talking to a good hobby friend of a lot of ours, especially those in the Buck City Breaks family. We were talking on the phone probably a good 30 minutes, and we both had kind of the same conversation around our hobby um, intro stories. Much like everybody, I think we just got into it because it was that, and we kind of pushed all the minutia away and really wasn't trying to make anything out of it. I mean, other than, like at the time, like, give me baseballs, give me cards, that's all I really want. And let me just, have a diversion. I never entered the hobby to do any of this. It just, I kind of fell into it, and I love it. I do. I absolutely love it. And I've told quite a few people that if there was ever an opportunity to do something like this on a full-time basis, I would welcome that opportunity, because being able to connect people together through a common cause and a common hobby and similarities is something that I really enjoy doing. And again, if there was ever a way that that could happen, I would. But more so, the conversation this person and I were having, they were inquiring about Ripping for the Cure, and it's obviously my big fundraiser that I do for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, and we're up over $2,200 right now. Pretty sure we can get the three this week or this weekend. And he was asking a bunch of questions for clarity for himself, which I really appreciated, because it's always been something that I've always wondered, like, am I not explaining things properly? Am I not um, letting people know just exactly how things are being run? And, if this one person has questions, I'm sure there's other questions. So I thought, you know what, let me just hop on here real quick and kind of clarify some things about Ripping for the Cure, just so that it's understandable and hopefully digestible. And I'm always open to have conversations about it and ask questions. So just again, as a reminder, Ripping for the Cure is a fundraiser for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Our goal this year is to raise $20,000. This is our 5th year doing it, and if we raise $20,000 this year, we will have cumulatively raised over $100,000 in those 5 years, which is just phenomenal. What I do with this is I host auctions and other ways, which I'll get into here, to fundraise, to raise money, I should say, for this. And then at the end of it, there's a big celebration that has been dubbed the Mega Break. And I'll kind of get into that too, so for more clarity's sake. So, one, um, you can just straight donate. Rippingforthecure.com is the website. You go there and you make a donation. It all goes to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. It does not come to me. I don't touch any of it. I never have, and I never will. Uh, um, there's different levels, though, within donations. So I mentioned there's a mega break at the end of this. It takes place on May 18th this year. And I'm hoping to have at least 50 donated items for that break. And those items consist of certified autograph jerseys, balls, helmets, photos, whatever the case may be. Something that's certified and autographed, a piece of memorabilia. The other pieces too are cards, buyback autograph cards, graded cards, graded vintage, mid to high level autos or patch cards, SPs, things like that. Things that are going to excite people in a way, whether it's excite them to give to somebody else or excite them to get it for their own PC or to sell it, whatever the case may be. For all of these things, I've told people that, try to keep the floor at like $25, because like I said, to usually get into the break, it's a $50 donation. Excuse me, not to get into the break, to get into the random. And that's where I want to clear things up. If there's any confusion, the $50 donation simply gets you into the random for the hit. Okay. So if I have 50 items and 100 people that are in this random, 50 people are going to hit, 50 people are not going to hit. That's what the break essentially is, with any reputable breaker. You either hit or you don't. And that's kind of, the case here. And it's how it's always been. And again, nobody's questioning it. It's just this person, they admitted, they know what we do, but they don't follow along closely enough to fully grasp the concept, and they prefer to talk on the phone, which I was happy to do. And so being able to give that clarity to them, it made a lot more sense for that person. And so again, I just wanted to make sure that it was clear for everybody. Um, but when I'm live that night on May 18th, I open everything up right in front of me on camera, and I track everything on camera. Sandy, I think last year you helped me prepare for that, which was great. So if if you're willing to, I may need you again this year, because I do it once a year and I forgot how to do it all. So the other thing too, like I said, $50 gets you into that random. However, I often run incentives, ways to get in for a cheaper and lower rate, because I know $50 is a lot of money to folks. So if I can get more people to donate and more ways to get people opportunities, I'm going to. That leads me to the weekend auctions, and or $5 challenges that'll be taking place starting tonight, going all the way through May 17th. Let's talk about the auctions first. So auctions are items, there's no determination what the item is. These are my cards, so these aren't going up for auction. So like we got an Ernie Banks autograph card, a Willie Mays card, Larry Doby. I mean, things like that could potentially be up there. There's I think there's comic books that'll be up there. I think there's autographed memorabilia, different things like that. But they go for auction, and how I set the auction is I do comp them out, and then I will typically do a 35% fair market value as the starting auction price. So let's just easy math. If the comp value is $100, I would start the auction at 35. The auction then runs for 48 hours, goes from 9 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, ends 9 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. Whoever has the winning bid at that point walks away with the item. If the item is won for more than $50, that person will also receive a spot in the Mega Break random. Okay, so they get the item and they get the spot. The person who donated the item also gets a spot for donating the item, and then they also get a spot for it going for over $50. Okay, so there's incentive to donate items as well. Donating items to the break. If you donate an item to the break, you also get a spot per item for the random. So a bunch of different ways to get in. The other piece to this too is $5 challenges. And this is something new, came up last year. My audio is going in and out. Ugh. Thanks, Sandy. I'm almost done, so I don't really want to start over. Hope this is a little better. $5 challenges are something that began last year because there were some items that just weren't moving, and or some items that wanted to be donated that, quite frankly, the auction price just wasn't there, and I wanted to try to get best bang for the buck. And so we created these $5 challenges, and what it simply is you can make a donation of $5 to Rippin' for the Cure, and let's just say it's this Willie Mays card. Okay, this is the card that's up. You're putting a $5 donation in. Again, 48 hours, Friday 9 p.m. Eastern to Sunday 9 p.m. Eastern. And at the end of that time period, whether it's Sunday night, most likely Monday morning, I will compile a list of everybody that made a donation between those 2 days. And then I'll run a random, and I do it live on well, I don't do it live. I videotape myself and I post it. Okay. And there'll be the winner. Whoever's on the top wins whatever the auction item is, or whatever that item is, not an auction item, whatever the item is for the $5 challenge. Again, within there, if you make a $50 donation, you have 10 chances at whatever the item is. In this case, it was the Willie Mays card. Okay. And you also get one spot in the Mega Break random, along with who donated the piece also gets a spot in that random. So I hope that cleared things up a little bit. If not, I understand. Again, I'm always here to answer questions, ask those questions, and I'll try to answer them best I can. If you don't understand, simply say, I don't understand. Can you do it again? Sure. There's going to be another way that we're going to be fundraising here soon. I'm working on it. Don't really want to go too deep into details just because I don't have a full grasp over it yet. So I don't want to divulge anything in case it doesn't happen. But be on the lookout. Tonight's the first $5 challenge. There's actually 4 cards tonight, 4 graded cards, and there's actually going to be 4 winners of those cards too, one each for each person. So again, really appreciate the support. Love what everyone's doing, to help each other out, and let's just keep things going in a positive direction. So thank you, and I will talk to you all later.